And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What? Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of...
The Crypto Hitman back here for another duo live show at From Crypto, your one-stop shop for crypto and stock technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want 24/7 access to myself and Todd, and you want to be a winner, join us at patreon.com/.
Not too much. Want to get the week started out here and jump on these markets. So here we are.
That's what it's all about. Well, I guess if you want to throw them in the screen, we'll hop right into CoinGecko. We're going to go over general market analysis. Then we'll have Todd look at the charts, a couple news pieces, and then, of course, get in the comment section. Look at here on CoinGecko. What do we see? Bitcoin approaching 69,000 once again, up 2.6% over the past week. Now, the big story here is Ethereum. The dog of Ethereum continues to underperform not just Bitcoin, but a lot of the other market participants, down 5.8% this week, while BNB's efficiency, or Doge acronym, was made public yesterday at the Trump rally in Madison Square Garden in New York, as Elon was introduced. That sent Dogecoin higher. Now, biggest winners, Radium. What's interesting about Radium, this is piggybacking on the success of Solana this past week, but Radium today, I just tried making a trade, is having some issues along with Phantom Wallet. So it is interesting that it is this Solana outperformance that we are seeing a lot of Solana-based tokens seeing some massive gain. Biggest losers, SUI down 17%, Gala down 17%, and SEI down 17% as well. These are very hot darlings. People were chasing some memes over there, but the TVL has slowed down. The volume has slowed down a bit, and let's see if they will catch. Let's look at some charts.
All right, Bitcoin in front of us. Last time we were live here, I was looking really for that breakdown to 58,000 level. We got to break down to about 59,000 to do that yellow 1-2. If you like to do an Elliott wave, I mean, we follow Wyckoff here. We try to get the indicators to line up for Wyckoff, then maybe throw an Elliott wave count on it. So we do have some, the purple 1-2. And then we'd be ready to off to the races. If the bullish count does not work, then we're going to have to go probably to this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a leading diagonal. And then we have an ABC down to probably again down to that 58,000 level. So that's probably the bearish count, which would give us one more nice sell off to 58,000 before we accelerate. The stocks did have some weakness, and probably the bearish count we'd have to look at here on Bitcoin. If we look at Ethereum, as Nick said, not doing as well. This looks a little bit like obviously some type of triangle formation. If we start getting below that 2375 level, this chart would start looking more bearish, and you'd have to call that some type of B wave. And then a few other coins here real quick. CAS is one that I've been mentioning. I think that one's starting to look good. We've had a sideways consolidation here. We did get oversold there a few weeks ago at higher levels, and I did not buy back yet. We sold up here around 0.16. Did get oversold on the spike down there, what was that, Friday? And but again, I think CAS is starting to look good. Head higher when these alts start to perform better. TAO is another one that I've mentioned. That one also, by the Wyckoff indicators, looks interesting here. It looks like a jump and a backup. And then another one that I'd mentioned before was Drift, down 9% today. But again, that one sideways, but looks like accumulation. So on a stock line, we are down near support. Technometer 41, not much to add there. I still think a little bit lower. SPY, up here near the highs. We are having some bearish divergences on the stocks, so I still think there's some risk here being long. QQQ, same type of thing, made a new high on Friday. some bearish divergences. Volume really is not coming, I believe, 93.40. I wanted to break below 89. We got that this morning. We did gap lower below 88, back here to 88.96. I'm looking hopefully for a little more weakness here, but I do want to re-enter XLE again for another long setup, see if we can put another profitable trade behind us. So back to
what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, but it looks like we do have some buffering again. So we got some more system updates or something to do to try to fix this buffering issue that you're seeing. Sorry about that, but we're just going to finish out the live show because we're already live, and hopefully you're getting as much information as possible. So if you want to throw the screen over to me, I'm going to cover a couple news articles that I think that the Ethereum Verge upgrade to enable nodes on phones and smartwatches is coming. Now, they were saying in February. It's not so much about the timing on this. What this does is this makes Ethereum much more accessible to the masses. Almost everybody has a smartphone. Also, solo staking. No longer do you need 32 Ethereum to run a node. There are much reduced number needed. Some are floating out the idea of 1 Ethereum. We've been here since 2016, 2017, where there was a lot of upgrades coming for Ethereum. Some happened, some never happened. But usually running into these upgrades, we see Ethereum outperformance, which leads to many alt seasons. Now, will that happen? I think that happens here for the Ethereum Verge upgrade once it gets talked about a little more. You're not hearing it that much in the press. Now, why is that? Bitcoin dominance up to 60%. We got the Bitcoin Ethereum coin due to the presidential election and due to the inflows in the Bitcoin spot ETF. We are not in alt season right now. And so far, the Ethereum Verge upgrade is being talked about very little. But I think starting next month in December, Ethereum gets back to the forefront. Ethereum can start outperforming. Maybe this upgrade speculation drives and fuels some of that hype train. And then we can get that alt-wise executive. If you've been following the show, since Bitcoin was in the $20,000 range, I've been saying Bitcoin will go to $100,000 by the end of 2024. We're sitting here at 69,000 right now, well on our way. In just a week, 10 days from now, we have the presidential election. If Trump wins and brings along RFK Jr., ESY, not only speculation, but also the U.S. government will maintain and keep holding over 200,000 Bitcoin. But you're going to see a lot of big companies such as Microsoft, Apple, and others follow suit and start adding Bitcoin to their books, in my opinion, just like we've seen out of MicroStrategy. And MicroStrategy has won big, vastly outperforming all of those stocks, vastly outperforming the indexes by being the books. 92,000 says Bitwise exec. He only said this a week ago. I've been saying this since it was in the 20s. I'm saying 100K Bitcoin by the end of the year, $10,000 Ethereum by the end of the year. That's a little more far-fetched. But that only comes on the back of a Trump win. Kamala wins. We're going to see some volatility. Yes, Bitcoin will still have a bull market. Yes, there will still be altcoin season, but I think it will be prolonged. There will be a lot of uncertainty around Bitcoin regulation on this ecosystem and really stifling growth here in the United States and allowing China and Russia and these other countries to really catch up with this new innovation of blockchain technology.
Jimmy Zim asking about SUI. I can show that here real quick. Let me take the screen. 6.6. That is low as we've been since the lows down there at 50 cents and 75 cents. I mean, I think a break of $1.60 would be a little spring. So I could see a break of the $1.60 level. I think that would bring a technometer down to oversold, and I think they'd higher again.
Awesome. It looks like a little bit of the buffering is causing some issues. Viewership is down on both Twitter and YouTube today. Not many comments in the comment section due to the buffering. It is what it is. But
I mean, there's nothing wrong here. The system is trading. I don't have any issues.
Well, and a banana again. Let's see what you got to say about those.
Here's banana. I don't have much here on the chart. Really let that thing work sideways here, which again, I think is accumulation. You can see volume here. It has been hitting new lows while price is holding higher lows. So I would think, the chart looks pretty well here. So I'd have no problem being long that. Might not go here yet until Bitcoin and Ethereum decides to turn higher. Well, US dollar, Coinbase. Again, not much to add on this chart. It's been up and to the right. Volume's been behind the move. We are overbought, so it'd be nice something maybe below 82 cents on a pullback. Probably I'd be a buyer, but not much to add on Moonwell.
Now, what's your opinion on what's going on with the stock market and crypto market related to this election that's happening in 9 days? Do you think that's kind of why we're just kind of sitting in this uncertainty holding pattern? I know the market may be speaking a little bit. I saw Thomas Lee talking about the market starting to price in a potential Trump victory. That's because crypto side. I still think there's a lot of speculation, a lot of uncertainty, which younger investors in this space don't really like. And that's kind of why we're just stagnant here with Bitcoin and Ethereum leading into this election in 9 days or so.
Yeah, I think they're trying to keep the stock market up here, obviously, and we're at the highs. So I still think a correction will be ushered in.
Yeah, because with the stocks, I mean, you hear it both ways. You hear, A, maybe it's being priced in, and that's why it's doing well because people think a Trump win. B, you hear what you just said, where it's like they're trying to keep the stock market up here because that's a talking point for Biden and Harris. Is, oh, look how good the stock market's doing, even though it's not inflation-adjusted returns. And then also, you know, the Fed cutting interest rates leading into this election. So that way it'll be nice to get this over with. So at least we know what we're working with. The market participants know what they're working with as far as the future for the leadership here of this country. And we can start to trade around that future moving forward over the next 4 years.
What's going on, Paul?
Paul Bradburn, what's going on?
I'm going to go over the SOL chart. SOL Tether Binance. Again, our software does bring volume in from like 40 different presets. So we're getting a good look on volume. You can see here, volume was in a pretty good downtrend. The blue line here coming off of 5-minute volume intraday. And why that sell volume is coming in, really, SOL just put into sideways between 120 and 210. So again, looks like us. And we've had a nice little sign of strength here. So I think SOL is still good. Looking for a nice pullback. I mentioned 165 there on Friday. We did come down below there. We're sitting here at 175. Technometer's neutral, so be nice to see that one pull back a little bit, maybe give us a nice entry. Otherwise, I think SOL is probably...
That's one that we are in 2 different entries. We're in Coinbase around 204, 205, and we're also doubled our position around 159. It had a big rally off the lows kind of following Bitcoin, but what is the indicator showing for you? Obviously, we know Coinbase likes to follow the market and follow Bitcoin in specific, but nice rally here. We're in green on both those positions at patreon.com/learncrypto. What's your opinion?
I mean, October 16th overbought, so that's kind of bullish action. Looks like maybe, you know, we could still have a pullback here to that 195 level. Wouldn't hurt anything. That would probably definitely give us another oversold technometer. You can see here just on the chart, the green dots are oversold technometers. Red dots are overbought. So we had one there early. Then we had the sell, as I mentioned, on the 16th. And a little bit of weakness here, probably getting a little bit of a buy signal. But we're coming off major rally, a nice 50% retracement, and sideways getting ready to go higher again.
Jeremy C. wants you to look at Lily, LLY. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, boys, and join us at patreon.com/learncrypto. May have a new microcap that I'm going to give a buy on. Obviously, we've done very well. Mello, we started talking about 300,000, had a couple trades. It is consolidating here. I still think there's an opportunity there. Dubcat buys at 300,000 after this retracement in Dubcat as well. There's opportunity there. If you're missed Popcat, buy Dubcat. So these microcaps are doing well. We're staying long. We're taking some trades. And I got my eye on a couple new microcaps that I might give a call on for patreon.com.
I mean, we're near oversold technometer, but volume has been holding at the highs. So nothing strong there. A move back above 938 would look pretty bullish, I would say. But I'd be a buyer of that if I could get a good buy.
So the miners are still obviously very underperforming compared to MicroStrategy and Coinbase and Bitcoin in general. We did get that 25% trade off the low that Patreon members did receive. It has continued to rally another 25%. You know, nobody's really complaining like, oh, Nick, why aren't you holding that? Our preference is to keep exposure to Bitcoin. I think off the lows would have some outperformance. That's why we took a trade. We cashed out of it. They have their earnings coming up, I believe, in 2 days. So we'll see what happens with those. There's always another trade. A win's a win. We took 25% profits on it, kept our exposure to crypto and Bitcoin through altcoins, 33% Bitcoin position, Coinbase, etc. And yeah, it's interesting how hard of an industry it is to be a coin rewards.
Yeah, let's look at that miner group that we got on TradingView with our indicators, because you can see tough to be in the business. We had a rally there to 200, a break clear down below 90, sitting here at 119.50. So chart not looking too, things are probably trading vehicles until we start a really strong uptrend. And then they're probably still trading vehicles.
Yep. Since they're smaller market caps, you know, they get very overbought and very oversold. So when it gets really oversold, sure, we'll take a shot on a trade. But once it gets to double-digit gain, oversold tech, those are the kind of trades we want to do, and will remain more swing traders on the larger caps within the industry.
I'm going to go over a couple stocks here real quick before we wrap this up. I want to show Shake Shack, SHAK, breaking out today. I've mentioned that one was acting strong. Texas Roadhouse is one that's been breaking out as well. What else we got here? LHX is one.
Those are interesting. The food industry is interesting because I know some places are struggling because everything's so expensive. So, I mean, I know you're just looking at the charts and the TA, but I wonder what the fundamentals are for Texas Roadhouse. Budget-friendly restaurants if you're going out with your family versus some of the fine dining experiences, which have actually exploded in price. I know Five Guys burgers, which we have here in St. Louis and Clayton, is extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. You get a double cheeseburger and some fries and a shake, and you're looking at $25 or $30.
Man, that's wild. I'm kind of trying to lower my risk here a little bit. Let's go back to that LHX chart because that thing, you can see here, it's broken out to new highs. I do have some LA Wave on it as well that I know LA Wave International was looking at. You can see Technometer here today down there at oversold, even though we're just a day and a half off the highs. So that chart had they had some news with ServiceNow, I believe, with AI, etc. But real quick, I'm talking about, I think gold and silver's in a bull market. Was wanting some type of ABC pullback to add to longs. I did give a sell back there at 39.72 or so, and would again like to see an ABC pullback, maybe back to that 37, 38 level, and then I think gold and silver could still turn up again and head much higher.
Then we got Tomcat. Looks like he's just popping on the show. Says a bear flag on Ethereum. Thanks, Todd, with the question mark. Yeah, if you want to go over the ETH chart again, we are concerned. Obviously, we went over a news piece that says there's a Verge upgrade coming for Ethereum. Maybe that can stimulate some speculation. But the Ethereum chart really needs to hold where it is. Otherwise, yes, it does look like we do have one more leg lower on Ethereum.
So, yeah, I am concerned Ethereum's got another leg lower before we can turn things around. And that would probably coincide with the Bitcoin dropping down there to 58,000 again, as I mentioned at the start of the show. So definitely be watching out for that.
We still have, what, a 50% Ethereum position on the long side here that we picked up. So we're not fully out of the market. We're not saying that the drop is guaranteed, but it is something that is on our radar, and we won't be surprised if that happens. The fear of the undetermined forecast for regulation in the United States if Kamala Harris wins the election. And that would probably be a drop that you'd want to be a buyer of leading into the next rally, which historically is right around the corner.
Big House mentioning DJT, yep, up strongly. So that one definitely jumping on the Trump bandwagon.
Yep. I mean, no official channel endorsements or anything, but there's one party who, you know, if you vote with your wallet, there's one party that is very pro-Bitcoin and pro-crypto, and there's another party broader level. So that's how I will be voting, and that's why I am rooting for somebody who has an orange face at times.
I don't have much more to add. Not many questions there. And again, our system CPU.
Yeah, look, it looks like we're getting some buffering here and there on YouTube and Twitter, so we'll try to watch it back, guys. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, we had some flawless live shows. We want to get back into it, so we just got to figure out what's going on with the system or what's going on with the streaming protocol, and hopefully we can keep producing these live. For everybody watching on Twitter, love to see it. Twitter Live is running. Throw some comments over there. Throw some hearts over there, some retweets. We'll continue to try to pump this out. We are going to work on some more short content as well. I know a lot of you guys like to listen to us in the background for 30 minutes, for an hour out of the day. That's how I prefer to digest some information. But unfortunately, the private group, so they got to get the information first. That's why at times the public information comes out a little bit slower, or maybe we don't provide all the insight, as we need to support those who support us. And that's all the members at patreon.com/learncrypto.
I'm going to grab Turbo real quick here for Big House. Turbo had a nice jump there as well. So
Turbo.
Nice setup there.
Is Turbo a Solana-based token as well? I can't remember. I don't know if it's Solana or Ethereum, but a lot of Solana tokens are doing well on the back of Solana. Remember, when you're paired with the large cap, when you're paired with Solana and it does well, it's going to drag your price up as well. It's going to get, we'll see which one wants to have a more long-standing pump for us. But really, I think no major alt season comes until Ethereum stops with the underperformance.
Again, do your own research. This is not individual investment advice. I am a registered investment advisor. We do manage stock and crypto assets, stocks at Schwab, crypto by trading APIs, and that's all I got. So if you're ready to wrap it up, Nick.
Button for your daily updates on both crypto and stocks, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news right here at Learn Crypto.
All right, peace out.